day 9. It's day 9, 75 hard. I'm going to do the quote of the day and then the 2 tips to help you with the program. Maybe something you could use. All right. Quote of the day. Let go of the past and go for the future. Confidently go towards your dreams. Live the life you imagined. By Henry David Theo. I don't know how to say the last name. I'll probably put it down here because I probably fucked it up. I'll put it down here at the bottom. Last episode I didn't have to because I did say it right. But I always put these up on Instagram anyway with a picture and a quote. But yeah, what Henry David's going with that quote, or how I related it, it's in the book that I'm reading. It's in One More. Get the book, it's great. I'm not getting paid to say that. I don't think anybody's even viewing these yet as I'm doing this. So, they're definitely not paying me to say that. But the book's really good, and I've been taking a lot out of the book. It's helping me a lot. I'm realizing and identifying certain things that I do, and I'm trying to adjust them. You can always adjust, you can always get better. But we're going to talk about the quote. So, letting go of the past. The book talks about letting go of the past and dreaming, using your dreams. One More Dream, I think, is the name of the chapter. If you're focused on the past, you can't focus on the future. I'm going to say that again. If you're focused on the past, you're putting your energy towards the past, usually the negative stuff, or past accomplishments. And that's going to stop you from doing anything now, because you're going to be living out your glory days. You ever go to a bar, or you ever talk to somebody, an older gentleman or someone, and they're still talking about that touchdown they made in the high school football game, and that's all they got to talk about because that's all they've ever accomplished. And that's sad. But it's important to let go of the past, is where I'm going. The book talks about emptying your cup, the cup being the past. If you fill your cup to the rim, the Bible even talks about emptying your cup. You can relate the filling up the cup to a lot of things. But right now we're going to be talking about you focusing on the past. If the cup's full and all you think about is the past, and that's you're holding on to it, how can you put anything else in the cup if it's already full? It's going to overflow. You're not going to be able to hold the new information. For example, if you have past information and you're getting into something and things have changed in the marketplace and you have to relearn what you learned before, if you're holding on to those what you learned before and that stuff is no longer relevant, no longer accurate to how things work now, you're not going to be able to get ahead because you're going to be still thinking you're right from before and things have changed. So, emptying the past. I believe the book talks about 3 ways to come to terms with your past, but I'm going to talk about the one because it's the one I remember, and it's the one I remember because it works for me. And I feel like a lot of people it'll resonate with. Most people I know that I've talked to, I've heard people say letting go of the past in the same terms as this. And yeah, I hope this helps you. So understand that you are where you are today because of the past. Positively, negatively, you are today because of the past. If it wasn't for the past, obviously you're watching this. I say obviously a lot, but you're watching the 75 hard journey, most likely because you're either doing it or you want to get better. So you're on a positive mission right now. If it wasn't for the past, if it wasn't for past failures are just learning lessons to help you get forward. Thomas Jefferson. Right? Thomas Edison. Yeah, Thomas Edison was the inventor. I could be wrong. But when he invented the light bulb, he said, I didn't fail 1,000 times. hope I'm fucking saying this right. I didn't fail 1,000 times. I just found 1,000 ways that it didn't work. There you go. Like, if you treat your failures as learning lessons, you're gonna understand that, damn, I'm getting off topic, way off topic, but that's what Thomas Edison had to say about his past, his failures. You have to realize that those failures that you have in the past, or your whole past, it no longer serves you. It's not serving a purpose anymore. At the time that it happened, it was either a lesson or an accomplishment. But if you hold on to it, it's just going to keep you stuck in the past. And if you're focused on the past, you're never going to focus on the future. So empty your cup. And the way to do that, the way that works for me is I realize that I am here today because of my past. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So I let go of anything holding on to me, any mistakes I've made in the past. And I got to forgive myself for that stuff. This sounds like some emotional fucking soft shit, but in order to focus on the future, you have to, if you're not focused on the future, you're never going to get to where you want to be. You have to dream in order to even figure out what you really want, what you want out of life. And dreaming is very important because it helps you identify, if done properly, it helps you identify what you need to do to get to that end destination that you see for yourself. You every time I've been taught it, yeah, most people, everyone I know, that's why I'm saying most people, but everyone I know, every time I've heard it, anytime I've looked it up, if you want to figure out what you want to get and how you get there, you have to figure out the end goal, which is where you need to be, what you want, and then work it backwards to figure out the steps it's going to take to get you there. So the quote again, and forget about the past and go for the future. Figure out that end goal, go for the future. Confidently go towards your dreams. Be confident about it. Set the mission. Figure out what it is you want. Put your head down, put the blinders on, and go for it. Live the life you imagine. That's the only way you're going to live the life you imagine, is if you're focusing on your dreams. And a good reason for your dreams, not just that, is that when it comes to the hard times, when it comes to shit, when shit isn't working right, you can look at your dreams, think about your dreams, and if they're big enough, which they should be, they should fire you up and give you the motivation to keep going. You know, light a fire under your ass and get you ready to go. Anytime that I've fucking hit rock bottom, or my rock bottom, everybody's rock bottom's different, but anytime I'm in a bind, anytime I don't want to do anything, I think about my goal. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. I'm going to finish. So that's the quote of the day. I hope that helped. It's probably not the best, me explaining it, but if you get the book, you're going to get way more information than I could give you. So I'm not going to stop talking about the book. It's great. I hope all you guys read it. All right. Now the 2 tips, and they're going to be relative or related to two of the tasks. But really it's one basic thing, which is the food, following the diet and no cheat meals, which is kind of the same thing. All right. The 2 tips. Tip number 1, prep your food. A lot of people don't like prepping their food because then the food tastes funny, or it doesn't taste as good as if it was freshly made. Suck that shit up. Fucking suck it up and fucking do it anyway. But I'm not going to give you that advice. That's what I should say to you. But there's a lot of different ways to prep so that the food tastes good, the chicken doesn't taste like rubber. I know. I've completed this thing twice. I'm not bragging about it. I've dieted before. I'm just stating facts here. I've done a lot of diets. I've dieted. I've prepped a lot. And I know the gripes and the complaints about prepping and how it doesn't taste the best. But there's ways around that, and that's what I'm going to get into for this tip. So your chicken, you have two options to prep your chicken so it doesn't taste like crap later on. The first way, cut the chicken up, season it, leave it in a bowl, that way it gets extra seasoned, and throw it in your air fryer. Alright, so it cut off on me. I don't know exactly why. I might be running out of storage, but cutting it up and putting it in the container, having it seasoned, it's gonna get extra seasoned, and you just pull it out, put it on the air frying pan, right? Pop it in there 25 minutes or whatever you need to make the food, and it's fresh. Every time you have it, it's fresh. If you have the rice cooker too, boom, rice is fresh. It doesn't take you any time. It only takes the time that you put it in there and the time you take it out. That's all it takes, because you're not sitting there watching the thing. Now, if you don't have an air fryer, I can understand, because that is a lot of time doing it that way too. So here's the second way of doing it. Boil your chicken and then leave it in the pot, in the container, in the water. Pop it in the fridge. When you need to, you take it out, you pour your thing, and then you shred the chicken, or you leave it like that, and it's gonna stay fresh. It's gonna stay nice and juicy, right? And you just throw your condiments, track the condiments, whatever you throw on there. Boom, with the rice, there you go. It's done, and it tastes fresh. Those are the two ways. Now, when it comes to steaks, there's really no other way to do the steak. You gotta just leave it kind of like seasoned, like I was saying, in a container. Beef and burgers, or you could cook them and leave them in the fridge. I've never had an issue with the microwaving the burgers or anything like that. And then for like turkey, same thing. So those are pretty much the main meat sources. Obviously fish you don't want to leave in the fridge, so you got to figure that one out. But for chicken, beef, steak, turkey, that's a good way to do it, and that's how you could do that. So I'm going to cut this here. That's tip, or section 1, both tips. Alright, so I'll be quiet because the baby's sleeping, but section 2 would be the no cheat meals, right? And there's two ways to go about this. First way, the best way, the way I do it. If you start craving something, right, the last thing you're going to be doing is thinking about food if you just got done eating. So if you're craving it, like pizza, fries, something, right? If it's not something you can have, or like a healthier version of it, and you don't have the time, eat a meal. Eat a meal, and as soon as you get full, you're going to stop craving that food. It's the best way. It's the way to avoid fucking up. If you're just like going crazy about it, just force feed a meal, and you're not going to be thinking about it anymore. That's the first way. Way 2 is making a healthier version of that. Now, for pizza, I don't really know about doing all that. But a healthy pasta, chicken pasta, or shrimp pasta, there's ways to make that healthy. You can Google it. There's plenty of recipes out there so that it fits your macros, so that it's healthy, and then you can satisfy that craving. And I usually do that on the weekends. If I'm gonna make something, if I'm making shrimp pasta, when it comes to the weekend, when I do have the time, those are the days I'll usually do something like that. Just so that I'm not craving it during the week. And during the week, if I have a craving, I'll eat a meal. Those are the 2 tips for that. So hopefully this helps. Alright, so thought I had my charger in my book bag. My phone's at 13%. Probably not going to be able to record anything in here. That's gonna be enough for me to do like 2 workouts. So I don't see the point in it. What I'm gonna do instead is, I have an idea of what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna figure it out, and I'll add that in today's episode. It's gonna be my upper day 2. I'm gonna be doing, or lower day 2. Yesterday was upper day 2, lower day 2, and it's gonna be barbell squat followed by leg press, stiff leg deads, lying hamstring curl, calf raises, 2 arm dumbbell curls, preacher curl, and then cross body lateral raise with the cables, and then standing bent over shrugs, dumbbell shrugs, standing bent over dumbbell shrugs, and that's the workout. So all right, so I'm making some cheeseburgers right now. I'm putting this in the last video. It's day 14 for me right now. Episode is 12. I think it's episode 9 or episode 10. I put a bunch of clips of an old workout that I had done like a year and a half ago. The form isn't the best, but I put the workouts in order. It's a little more on the volume side, but if you want to try it out, it's a good leg day workout. Worth the try. Comment below if you want to see what you want to see on the channel. Anything else you'd like to see on here, anything else that would help you guys, comment it below and I'll do my best to put it out there. And enjoy the video of an old workout I did for legs.